Hello, everyone. This is Louis. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, well, thank you for checking us out. The purpose of this channel is to share some good and useful information with you, and hopefully this will give you some positive energy to enjoy your day. Now, today we're going to take a look at, is risk really the enemy of your investment portfolio? Yes, we all know investing can create an opportunity for you to make more money for yourself. But at the same time, there is a real risk that you can lose your hard-earned money as well. Therefore, you need to know what risk is all about and how to make sure risk is not going to be the enemy of your investment portfolio. Now, whenever you open an investment account with your advisor or the financial institution such as the bank, they do a risk assessment by asking you your risk tolerance level. But for most of us, we are poor judge of our risk tolerance. And let me tell you why. Because when the market is up, our risk tolerance level seems to be very high and humming along just fine. But if the opposite happens, when the market suffers a prolonged loss, all of a sudden, we all became risk averse. So therefore, such a questionnaire appears only to address a short-term volatility tolerance instead of a true meaning of your risk tolerance. Okay, the old saying is, if there is no risk, then there will be no return and no gain. But before you take on the risk, I think it is important for you to understand the difference between the words volatility tolerance, risk capacity, and risk. For most of us, the difference between the two words, volatility tolerance and risk, is simply just a play on words. Even some of the advisors use those two terms interchangeably without knowing the true meaning of the words. This is causing a lot of confusion among the investors for sure. So now, what is the difference between those words? Well, first, let's take a look at volatility tolerance. Now, it is the measure of your emotional comfort on how much uncertainty you can handle without feeling anxious. When you are investing in the market, price fluctuations are inevitable unless you are holding GIC, term deposit, or money market fund. However, an investment could have a lot of up and downs and still end up very profitable. So if you're comfortable with the ups and downs of the stock market and stay calm during the market downturns, then I would say you have a high risk tolerance level. So now the next word that we want to look at is called risk capacity. Risk capacity is the measure of your financial ability to absorb a potential permanent loss. Now, if you have a stable income, low debt level, and a long time horizon before you need access to your investment, then I would say your risk capacity level is quite high. However, measuring risk by percentage can mislead you. Let me give you an example. A 10% loss sounds very little, and a lot of people say, no problem, they can take a 10% loss. However, when you apply the 10% loss to $1 million portfolio, then it becomes a $100,000 loss. Now, with that amount of dollar loss, it is no longer a drop in the bucket. And I'm sure not too many people can afford to absorb such a huge amount of loss. Now, let's take a look at the word risk. To me, risk is the chance that your investment comes short and you won't be able to enjoy your retirement. Therefore, risk could be the real enemy of your portfolio. However, let's take a look at the flip side. Risky investment could help you to reach your long-term goal much sooner. Now, you know the word risk and volatility means. So then how do you manage risk? You need to understand your investment time horizon is very important in managing risk. This is the period that you're expected to hold your investment until you need the money back to use. The different investment time horizons are short-term horizon, mid-term horizon, and long-term horizon. So now let's take a look at each one. The short-term horizon means if you're approaching retirement or you need to use the money in the next 5 years, then you should consider only money market fund or GIC. For the medium-term horizon, means if your needs spend over 3 to 10 years long, then a balanced mix of stocks and bonds or even a balanced fund in the portfolio could help to protect your investment from inflation. For the long-term horizon, if you can hold your investment for 10 or more years, then you can take greater risks for potential higher returns. Remember, the longer investment horizon, the more aggressive you can be with your investment choice. Now you understand the relationship between volatility, risk capacity, and risk. Then the next thing you need to understand is investing is not gambling, and definitely is not a get-rich-quick scheme. The advisors, fund managers, fund analysts, and even the computer programs cannot tell you what's going to happen tomorrow. Case in point, the last 2 days, the market dropped like a rock that no one can predict or understand. Therefore, balancing between volatility, risk capacity is important to structure a well-rounded investment strategy. Achieving harmony between those terms is key to financial success. Well, that's all for today, and thank you for sharing your time with me today. I hope you find the information useful, and if you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Well, until the next time, please take good care of yourself and enjoy each day to the fullest. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Goodbye.